Day 8. Day 8 of the 90-day challenge, 99 problems. But this ain't one. Hey, look, family, I know I started to do another message yesterday, yesterday I did a message for my first episode of Thirsty Thursday. So go check that out. Go check that out on my YouTube channel. D. Orlando Fortune is my username on YouTube. Check that out. My first episode of Thirsty Thursdays, where we're bringing the waters of life to you. Again, name is D. Orlando Fortune. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to call it manifestations. We're going to call it manifestations, but we're going to go a little deeper into manifestations. So I'm going to start off with this. I remember some years ago when I was working for the government, I had an accident driving home one day from a friend's house. I was coming around a curve, and going around this curve, I blacked out for some reason. My mind just said, "Timber, I was so, what it was, I was so tired. I've been so tired that my mind just shut me down for like that split second. And when I woke up, I was going towards this grove of trees. I was driving a mountaineer at the time, and what I ended up doing is I saw this grove of trees that I was heading towards. So I stepped on the brakes, tried to stop myself. I couldn't really stop myself because now I'm in this high grass and I'm just sliding. And for whatever reason, I steered the vehicle towards this one tree because I figured something in my mind. I said I can't hit that whole grove of trees. I just knew I couldn't do that. But there was a tree before that, so I aimed at this one tree. I hit that tree. Luckily, I was the only one in the vehicle because the tree hit the passenger side of my car. And when I got out the car, or when I walked away from the vehicle, the dashboard was touching the seats. It was touching the seat on the passenger side. Luckily, nobody else was in the car. And that, my bumper, we found my bumper in the trees, in the treetops. I don't know how my bumper got in the treetops, but anyway, it got up there. I walked away from that accident. Now, I don't know what kind of blessing that I'm supposed to pull from that actual thing, other than I have a lot of faith in God. I know I have a reason to be out here. But here's what I want to moving forward from that. What happened was I wanted to get a new car. Of course, I need a new car. Now my bumper's in the tree. It can't nobody can get in the passenger side. So what I did was I started looking online, and I talk about this on my blog a little bit. I went online and I was looking for a car. Now, I'm sorry to say, I was doing this at work. Probably not a good work habit, but I was young and I was doing this. I was looking for a car, and I got struck by the Lincoln LS. I got struck by the Lincoln LS. Lincoln LS, just something about it just said, "That's me. That's it's sexy. It's powerful, and it was black. I like black cars because they shine at night." But I went out looking for cars, of course, from here and started test driving some different vehicles. I ended up test driving some. I'm not going to go into all these different cars, but I test driving a Hyundai. I really liked it. I test drove this Infinity, and I really liked it. I like both of those cars. I really like both of those vehicles. But then I end up coming across this Lincoln LS. Lo and behold, I found my car. I found my vehicle. I found my baby. I found it. So I didn't even test drive this car. I said I want it. But here's the thing. I, even though I was looking at these other vehicles, test driving these other vehicles, I had taken pictures, I printed off pictures of this Lincoln LS. I had it as the screensaver. I had it as the background image on my computer. I had printed off and had it in my notebook. I was just seeing Lincoln LS everywhere. I was even dreaming. I was dreaming about driving this Lincoln LS. And guess what? I ended up buying a Lincoln LS. I have to believe I manifested it to myself into existence. Another thing I want to now I'm gonna go a little bit further. Go a little bit further about manifestations on a simple level. Again, I'm an athlete. At least I was an athlete. I still work out, but I'm not the athlete I was. But when I was trying to go to college, right? And I played baseball, and I played on this traveling team over summertime, a traveling team called the Indiana Bulls, who played all over the country. And this one game in particular, we were down. It was going into no, we were actually tied. Excuse me, we weren't down. We were tied, and we're going to extra innings. And I happened to be getting ready to go up to bat, and my father, he was there at every game. He pulled me to the side of the fence, and he's telling me from over the other side of the fence from the stands, was like, "Look, son, I want you to, you know what he's been pitching you. I want you to visualize that pitch right now, and when he throws it out there, I want you to do your fundamentals like I showed to you. You know, I want you to visualize that pitch when it comes out there. When you see that pitch, I want you to snap your wrist and get this game over with now. Get it done now." And they just looked at me in the eyes and looked at me and said, "Do it now." Right? So I don't know. My daddy said to do it. So all in my mind, I was like, I got all pumped up, like, my mind, I'm pumped up, like, yeah, you're right, daddy. When he throws it, I'm gonna hit that. I'm into the game now. But on the outside, I'm all calm, like, yeah, okay, I got you. So I just had this confidence about myself, and I took my couple practice cuts while he was doing his warm up pitches to pitcher because I was the first batter up this inning, and I'm just getting his timing down, and every pitch he was throwing, it's like I was getting a little more confident, a little more confident, a little more confident. Man, I got in that batter's box. Coach, the coach he just looked at me and said, "Let's go." Looked over my daddy. He ain't even saying anything. He's just sitting there quiet, just staring at me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I stepped into the batter's box, man. When this pitch comes out there, when I tell you this pitch came in slow motion, it came in slow motion. I used to play this game called Baseball Simulator 1000, and you could pick up these little, it's for Nintendo, but you could do these little changes to the pitches, okay? And if it's a batter, you could slow some of the pitches down, right? And you could hit a bomb no matter what. I'm telling you, the pitch seemed like it came in slow, and it's like I pushed that button, that key button on the game, and I had the power button. So no matter where I hit them, I got food. All I do was make contact. It was going out. That pitch came in. It got so big, I hit that home run, walk off home run. I'm running around the bases like I'm Joe Carter, just running around, pumping my fist in the air, doing that stuff. I ended the game. That pitch came, I saw it when it came. I knew what it was, and I had already visualized where I got in the batter's box just that quickly. I mean, that seems kind of maybe a little strange, but it happened. And I have to believe the same thing happens in my life continually, if I put that much faith and belief in it. And that's what I want to talk to you a little more about today, is that what you hold in your mind, you're going to hold in your hand. And it's crazy that it's a little similar to this concept that I'm doing with my hand, because as I learned, it kind of amazed me and I've been thinking about this for a while, but I wanted to talk about it, is that the American Sign Language, the sign for the word belief, this is the sign for the word belief. That's belief. I mean, I don't know if they knew this think about what I'm saying. The sign for belief is this, from the mind to the hand. And I just said, what you hold in your mind, you will hold in your hand. And American Sign Language says the exact same thing through the signing. Now, with our belief is what a strong emotion has to be put behind our belief. That's what we're doing with a belief. We're grabbing a bunch of sensations. So that's what we're doing, is we're thinking about where we want to go, think about what we want to our life, putting a lot of emotion behind it, like my dad getting me pumped up, putting a lot of belief behind it, a lot of emotion behind our belief, and we'll have it in our hands. Now, your major definite purpose combined with your belief, now that's going to solidify some thoughts in your life. And again, your belief will be life for you. Now, here I go a little step further with American Sign Language. American Sign Language here is what belief, or what faith is. Faith is fist. From here, fist. Wow. Now, to me, again, we're saying what comes from our mind goes into our hand, but to our hand, I'm thinking about that fist being like a rock. So we're gonna stand on that rock. Our faith is what moves us towards action. Our belief gives us to the point that there's gonna be in our life. We know it. We feel it's gonna be in our life. We have enough emotion behind it. But our faith is what takes us from that belief and moving into action. And as you look, if we go a little bit deeper into the whole hand gestures, we're talking about our mind moving, our hand is moving into fist, our faith. So it takes that movement from my mind to our hand. We got to move it. We have to do this movement in order for those things to happen. That's a little deep right there, but I think it makes sense. It makes sense to me. I want to solidify it in your head that it not only things you hold in your mind, that you're focusing it on your mind, you will hold it in your hand. You already know that. That's your belief, okay? But also what you hold in your mind, what you put into will become your faith. When you stand on your faith by taking some action towards doing what you want to do. When you start taking some action towards your goal. I mean, this is more than a feeling. This faith is the fuel for your activity. I mean, your faith makes you go get it, bottom line. It makes you go get it. Okay? So I'm gonna leave it right there. I just really wanted to talk about the American Sign Language. The belief is your mind to your hand, and your faith is your mind to the fist, man. You're standing on that rock. That's just so powerful to me. But that's the end of today's session, number 8. I'm going to come back again to make number 9 because, again, as I said, I spoke about yesterday, my first episode of Thirsty Thursday. You can still find that on the YouTube channel, the same channel here, Dr. Orlando Fortune. But this is the end of episode 8 of the 90-day challenge. And I'm going to go ahead and do another one today, number 9, just because I can do that. All right, this is Dr. Orlando Fortune telling you to keep it as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3, and do, pray. It's me. I'm out. Keep your eyes on the prize and just hold on, because confidence is all you really need to live your life in style. So just do what you gotta do.